Okay, so taking into account the huge gaps between Jasper episodes in the past, I would like to point out in the span of about 4 episodes, Jasper was in the ocean, punched back into the ocean, then came into, basically Canada, and then went back into the ocean. How?
Is Beach City close to Canada, or does she just do a shit ton of swimming and that's why she's so ripped?
I'm not exactly sure. It sounds like it's somewhere around, like, the East Coast America, but, it's just a bit silly how she just keeps showing up.
She's doing that thing that, like, Zoom kept doing in Season 2 of Flash, where everything would go, shenanigans would go down the episode, and then when you think everything's fine, he turns up at the worst possible moment to be a dick for, 2 minutes, and then the episode ends. Like, she's doing that. She keeps turning up at the end of episodes to be a dick.
Yes.
Stuff did happen in this episode before Jasper turned out to be a dick.
It certainly did. Okay, so, this is Crack the Whip.
It's about Amethyst.
Never would have guessed. In this episode, because Jasper's running loose still, Pearl has to cancel her training with Connie. So instead, Steven and Connie train under Amethyst's watch. Kind of. Connie is super focused on the flaws of her training, while Amethyst says he just needs to be looser and not worry too much about that. So they decide to just have some fun for the day, all around Beach City. But towards the end of the day, when they are swimming, one of the beasts from last time appears and tries to attack. Amethyst is able to turn it back into a gem, but Jasper comes out of the ocean riding the other one. And then the beast deals with Connie and Steven while Amethyst tries to deal with Jasper and her insults. Amethyst tries to fight, but Jasper completely owns her and poofs her. But before Jasper can take Amethyst away, Steven and Connie become Stevani and save her. They use Lion as a beast-mounted battle, and stop Jasper's own beast. But she takes it and retreats. Steven and Connie are really happy that they were able to do all this, and thank Amethyst for her help after she reforms. But she's not so happy about all this. And that's how we end it.
On Amethyst being sad, me wanting to be sad about Amethyst being sad, but I'm too happy that we got Stevoni fighting.
Yes.
And riding into battle on Lion's back while wielding Rose's sword. Oh, I thought Connie and Steven fighting together in the last episode was everything I ever wanted. No, this is.
It's so awesome. I love how it was unintentional too.
I know, they just kind of, whoops, we accidentally became this badass non-binary warrior girl. First off, I was fairly happy this is an Amethyst episode, because she is such a sweetie, and she hasn't had her an episode in a long while.
No, she hasn't.
Amethyst hanging out with Connie. And also Lion's back. Lion just vanishes for long periods, and I'm constantly like, we still don't know what the fuck Lion is.
Lion is Lion.
Yeah, we don't know where Lion came from. We don't know why Lion had Rose's sword. We don't know anything about Lion. And no one in the show seems to care that they don't know anything about Lion anymore. He's just there on occasion.
To be fair, that describes half the mysteries of the show.
That's true.
It's kind of interesting. A lot did happen before Jasper showed up. It's just that Jasper, overshadowed everything by the end. And everything that happened, really.
Yeah, it's that last fight sequence kind of owned the episode, but there was a lot of good stuff that happened, Yeah. Pearl's regret was so genuine about forgetting about training, poor Pearl.
Oh.
Also funny, because obviously you gotta go find and fight Jasper. Somebody gotta go fight Jasper. But I also think it's quite funny that when Garnet refers to their best case scenario as finding Jasper. And my note just says, when Garnet says best case scenario, she really knows what she's talking about.
I guess so.
That's a bit right at the beginning where they ask Amethyst if she wants to train. She says, I'm busy, while reading something really intently. I'm like, yeah, I know that feel.
You can't watch your training. I'm trying to see what happens in this book.
Yeah, I can get with that. I also kind of find it entertaining that, when she's bored with watching the fight, she just shapeshifts her eyes into her feet. I really don't think there's a single other gem in the show that shapeshifts as freely and comfortably as Amethyst does, because she does it all the time.
Yes.
And, nobody else does more than, maybe Jenny. Occasionally they'll do a full body, transformation. But Amethyst just all the time, even stuff like putting her eyes in her feet, she's so creative with it. It's so cool.
Yes. And I love how even those eyes start to close after a while.
Which is what surprised me later on when Jasper said that Amethyst being small was proof that she was flawed, because I'd always assumed that with as much control as she visibly had over her shape-shifting, she's short and fat because she wants to be. Because she knows she's cute as heck.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'd always assumed that was a fully conscious and happy decision on her part. You know, that she could look like Jasper if she wanted to, she just doesn't want to. I also realised that, you know, in the flashback episode, when we got to meet Vidalia when she was young and Sour Cream was a baby, I kept thinking her hair looked familiar, but I couldn't think why. I just realised that Amethyst's hairstyle looks a lot like Vidalia's hairstyle did when she was young.
Huh.
And, like, given the massive amount of creative designs, character, you know, the really diverse creative character designs of the show, I don't think that's an accident. You know, we've seen that Amethyst and Vidalia were really good friends, so I think when Amethyst decided one day, I'm going to wear my hair long and make it have those little tufts at the side like Vidalia's.
Huh, I don't think I ever noticed that.
I don't know if it was conscious or subconscious, but I fully think she's imitating Vidalia, and I just think that's adorable.
Yeah.
I also think it's adorable that she turned into Pearl to give Connie and Steven praise on their training.
It was perfect.
Oh, that was so cute.
Yes. Oh god, and then she turned into Lars, and I wrote, God damn it, Amethyst, we already had one gem pretending to be Lars. We don't need another.
Oh. And she manages to be just as annoying as Lars when she does it, too. Just stealing tons of donuts and making poor Sadie's life harder.
Yes. To be fair, I think Connie and Steven did pay for it.
They did pay for it.
Yeah.
And then we get a montage of eating donuts, because that's adorable.
Donut eating montage.
Yay! The whole play montage is very, very cute. Especially when they're riding the Ferris wheel and Lion gets his own compartment and he's just kind of standing there with his lion face.
Yes. He's just sitting, you just see his lion's face. It's great.
Like, I just imagine a dead voice going, "Wee," as he goes around, and genuinely meaning it in fun, just "wee."
That'd be awesome. Actually, I love that during that montage, the music sounded a lot like a 90s arcade game.
God, it did, didn't it?
Yes, it was that was really cool. I love when they do. I love... I basically appreciate whenever people reference video games and video game music and can reference something other than 8-bit. Because, like, literally everyone knows what 8-bit sounds like.
Yeah.
But doing, like, different stuff from, like arcades or from, like, Sega Genesis or from, like, that's a lot more interesting to me.
I'd have to say, the Professor Layton franchise has ruined me because I can't hear any piece of music with accordions in it without assuming it's background music from Professor Layton.
I guess that makes sense.
But yeah, you know, video game music has in fact evolved since 8-bit while still being a distinct genre of music.
Yeah.
So, you know, be creative as Rebecca Sugar is, so, you know. Also, at the end of it, when they're convincing Connie to go run into the water, and they're like, and she's like, "You can't be prepared in battle," or whatever, and Connie's response is, "By Jove, I guess you're right." I'm like, oh god, you precious, adorable child. Straight up saying, "By Jove." Oh.
The most adorable dork.
I adore Connie, I really do.
As you should. I love Amethyst's line because, what was it about, well, I'm trying to think of what line she said that made me laugh. Something along the lines of, "You're not gonna have a swimsuit in the middle of battle."
Yes. Yes, for the whole video, you can't be prepared for this in the middle of battle, you can't be ready in the middle of battle.
It's so silly.
So cute.
I also loved Boombox Amethyst.
Yeah,
and the weird...
casually turns into a fully functional boombox.
And just the weird dancing everyone was doing. That was great.
And then, yeah, they're having a good time and a happy day. And then my note at this point just says, "Welp, shit."
Yeah. I did love how Amethyst destroyed the first monster. She ended up surfing over Steven's bubble.
I know. Oh god, that was so cool when she ramped up off Steven's bubble. And, like, at one point she And, you know, she's whipping her thing. And the fight music also sounded kind of video gamey, I think. Like,
Probably.
I couldn't place it, I just thought it sounded like video game music. I also have to say, I'm looking through my notes, and I managed to misspell Amethyst's name like 9 different ways.
Cool.
There's such a weird consonant clash at the end that my fingers are just like, blah.
I didn't misspell it once. Usually it's the other way around.
The continued adventures of sleep deprivation. Yay!
Yay! My favorite.
Oh, fun.
I also loved how sour cream was in this episode for no reason.
Because sour cream.
Yes, why not?
Why not? They know that everyone is still riding high off baby sour cream and will love any presence of sour cream at all whatsoever.
Yes.
Because baby sour cream was amazing.
Yes. I do love how after all that intense fighting, Jasper walks into the water, and Stefani's just like, I guess she lives in the ocean now.
Yeah. She just keeps backing away into snow, into the ocean, going, next time. Like the generic cartoon villain she is.
Yes.
Because seriously, she turns up and she's still so hung up on Rose. I'm just like, get a life, Jasper.
Yeah. I do love how, once again, it was Fusion that ruined everything. So she just Fusion!
Just Fusion continues to ruin Jasper's life. I did find it interesting that initially, you know, Jasper had a hard time making Amethyst feel shitty, because, like, Jasper is so obsessed with fulfilling her purpose, and Amethyst is like, yeah, I'm made to fight, but I don't give a fuck. You know, I'm made to do what I want.
Yeah.
And I always love that confidence in Amethyst, but it also cracks so easily.
Yeah.
Just, you know, I love that she says, Rose said I was perfect just the way I am. I'm like, oh, baby. And then I have a lot of caps lock screaming about when Amethyst got poofed.
Yeah.
I was not expecting something that serious.
Yes.
For
a brief moment, I thought Jasper was actually going to capture her.
Oh, I know.
Her.
I was scared that she was going to steal Amethyst's gem the way she had those other 2 gem monsters. I was just like, no, don't kidnap Amethyst. And then Stefani
saves the day.
Yeah. Oh, she rides into battle on Lion's back with a sword. I've just got, get wrecked, Jasper. Get fucking wrecked.
Yeah, that was so awesome. That whole fight was cool. I also actually really liked the fight between Jasper and Amethyst. Like, it was pretty brutal. Jasper just beat the crap out of her, basically.
I know, it was so hard. There was that great shot where Amethyst was falling, and there's just the point where her and Jasper are eye level, but like Amethyst upside down because she's falling. And that's the moment you can see Jasper cracking Amethyst's confidence because she's kicking Amethyst's ass. And you're just like, oh, that was harsh.
So, like, I do find it interesting that they're both supposed to be similar gems in a way. So, like, I'm not sure exactly how that would work. Like, are they just, like are warrior gems just only slightly different? It's as though there's, like... Actually, furthermore, is Amethyst, like, unique, or are there just other amethysts?
Well, I mean, I remember there was a theory in The Answer. There's a bit where when Sapphire is going to talk to Blue Diamond, there's a couple of guards outside of Blue Diamond's pavilion thing. And they're Jasper-shaped, but light blue. And I think a lot of people were theorizing that those were amethyst warriors.
Huh.
And if Amethyst and Jaspers are meant to, at least when they're projecting physical forms, be much bigger and physically stronger than other gems, looks to be. We've seen both Amethyst and Jasper do that Sonic the Hedgehog spin attack, so that seems to be a part of their thing. So yeah, if they're different from other gems, I'm assuming it's in that their intended form is much bigger and physically stronger than other gems. And probably some other mods too, I don't know.
Yeah, that does make sense. But I just do think it's interesting that you have multiple warrior type gems and they're like very similar in like look, I guess. And even like attacks and whatnot.
It seems like the implication is that, we saw that with the rubies, They seem to be lower class warriors. They're not as big and physically strong as Jasper or presumably Amethyst, but they're just kind of like mass-produced soldiers. And, aside from where the gym is placed, they're all identical.
Yeah, I guess I mean more that, I could easily... you would run the risk that the people in charge would not actually be able to tell the Jaspers from the Amethysts. So, they would not be able to organize their own army, potentially, if they're a bit too similar looking.
I'm assuming that's basically down to the color, but they don't seem to give too much of a shit, from what we got of Yellow Diamond's interaction with Peridot.
Yeah.
They don't even have individual names. They're just, Peridot number, whatever the hell it was. I think they just kind of, when they're organizing their armies, they just roll out numbers, and they don't actually have to worry about differentiating between different soldiers, because there's nothing different about them, basically. All you have to do is lay out numbers. You don't have to worry about much beyond that.
I guess so.
It's, from what we see in the gems, I'm assuming their warfare style is basically, it's that school of keep throwing your soldiers at the enemy until one side runs out, it's subtract your dead from those of the enemy, and if the answer is a positive number, it was a glorious victory. They have no interest at all in individualism, so I don't think they have...
No, they don't.
Not at all. Except for the diamonds. Diamonds get to be individuals because they're in charge.
Probably the main thing I got out of this not the main thing, but one of the things I got out of this episode is that it is mostly based on Jasper, because I'm kind of done with asshole loser who constantly loses, who is transparently being set up for a redemption arc, Jasper. I don't need that anymore. But ruthless, horrible person and creator of a corrupted gem army, Jasper, I would give a complete thumbs up to that idea.
Yeah. That's,
Just make her irredeemable at this point.
Yeah, and then, she ends horribly trying to merge with her own corrupted gems and just gets completely lost. Oh god, imagine if she tried to merge with the cluster. I mean, they gotta bring back the cluster at some point, so just imagine. Oh, that's awful. I mean, as it is now, she's pretty fucking cliche. I mean, I've got to notice here that when she walked back into the ocean, what she says is, "This was just a warm-up." I'm like, seriously, Jasper? If I didn't know for a fact that you don't watch Earth TV, I'd assume you're trying your hardest to be this cliche.
I can imagine Jasper just watching the most cliched villains ever, and she would just be like, "This speaks to me."
These Earth warriors. Perhaps they're not all so terrible. Also, I love during the fight, in between Stavoni absolutely wrecking Jasper, there's a bit where they say, "I don't want to hear anything you have to say unless it's sorry." And I feel like that isn't trash talk. If Jasper genuinely said sorry, Stavoni would be like, "Oh, that's cool." Because they're a precious soul made of two precious souls.
Yes.
But just, it sounds like trash talk, but it's so sincere.
Yes, it is.
And then just... Oh, Amethyst's face when she saw Stavoni fighting when she reformed in her cute new white outfit.
Oh yeah, that.
She's in awe, but she's so hurt too.
Yeah.
Oh, no. You're not useless. You're a badass who's surfing ramped off a bubble. I hate people shitting on Amethyst. I hate it so much. She deserves better than this.
Yes, she does.
And that's where it ends. I don't know if it's just the site I was watching it on, but it cut off. But there wasn't a star wipe at the end. It just ends on Amethyst.
Yeah, I think it does.
Just to make everything worse.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the best dramatic stuff just ends like that, which is cool.
It's you're used to a visual convention of how these episodes end, which is a star wipe, so this manages to be pretty emotionally destructive by not even giving you that.
Nope.
It's just very abrupt.
Yes. So that was that very all over the place episode.
Yeah, that was...
Seriously, the first half was really fun, and then it became really action-packed and dramatic, and then it became sad.
Yeah, that was an emotional roller coaster for 12 minutes?
Yeah.
The thing is, we finally got Stavoni in battle with a sword on Lion's back.
Yes.
Oh, can they do that every episode for the rest of the season,
That'd
please?
be cool. I hope someday we get to see Stavoni online, leading an army or something. That'd be so awesome.
Yes, please.
That would be the best thing ever.